Hi guys, welcome to today's video. In this video, I made a dress that I would have worn to the Met Gala if my invitation had came in the mail in time. The theme for the Met Gala this year, I think it was last year, but it was postponed due to COVID, is America, a Lexicon of Fashion. And when I saw the theme and decided that I wanted to make a dress, I knew that I wanted to reference some Indigenous fashion designers. So I did that. I looked up some fashion designers and Native American fashion designers, and also looked up some themes that I saw throughout different Native fashion and tried to make something that reflected some of those. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, or if you do, don't forget to like and subscribe, follow me on my social medias, and let's get into it. Okay, so tomorrow is Met Monday for the Met Gala that was supposed to be hosted, I think, either in May or last year because of COVID, and the theme is American fashion. It's American fashion, but in America, a lexicon of fashion. And I wanted to make an outfit for the Met Gala. So I thought, because some people think that people are gonna be have dresses and outfits and stuff that pertain to current events that have been topics of conversation. So COVID, BLM, because of the rise in protests last year. But for my dress, I wanted to reference Native American fashion designers because I was American fashion. Let's look in to see what Native American fashion designers are based in America and maybe use some inspiration. So I will play a little montage of some different designers that I found right now. Also, I want to point out, and I will probably overlay this comparison, there was a Vogue article, and I will show that, and they were highlighting different Indigenous designers, I don't think just in America, and Vogue also has a runway app that different designers, they just put designers shows and stuff like that. And I think for all of the people on that Vogue article, none of them are on that runway app. And I don't know if it's because I don't know if these designers have shows or not, but I just thought that's very interesting because Vogue themselves has an article referencing Indigenous designers, but on their app you don't see any of them. And I just think that's kind of something important to be called out because if you truly want to highlight these designers and make sure that their work is recognized, why aren't they in this app and on other places and stuff, especially because on TikTok so many people reference this app as a great way to learn about fashion, and I do think that's true, but I'm also Vogue, I think maybe you should do a little bit better. So that's just something to think about. But what I'm about to do, I'm about to sketch out the design for what I want. I'm gonna do a dress. So what I'm thinking is, I feel like I also found some Pinterest articles, and the things I found on Pinterest are they also include Indigenous creators to Canada, so not just to America. But I think I want to do a flowy skirt because I feel like I'll put an example, but also seeing from some of the examples, I want to do a flowy skirt with a fitted bodice, and then I also want to incorporate some symbols and designs. So I'm gonna sketch what I want the bodice to look like. And then I'm gonna look up just the meaning behind different patterns and different symbols and see which ones I think are best fitting. And the fabric I'm using is it's like not anything special. It's just fabric that I got a while ago that I really wanted to use specifically for whatever I did for the Met. So I will show that fabric in a second. Okay, so for the pleated skirt, what I'm gonna do is measure my waist and then add some and kind of essentially just cut out a rectangle and then add the symbols I want to add, sew them on, and then add the pleats and then sew the skirt together. Okay, I have all of the pieces cut out, so I had them organized at one point. What I'm gonna do is start to place them onto the skirt fabric. So I'm gonna start with the bears at the bottom. I think I'm gonna do bears, then stars, and then cactus, and then dragonfly. But I'm gonna start with the bears, and I'm gonna pin them down and then sew them on and repeat. Okay, I didn't film it, but I sewed on the bears. Also in stars, filmed some, but I feel like an atelier of one, it takes so long with the machine to sew them on. I'm gonna show you them in a second because it's very subtle, but if you look closely you can see it. But yeah, it takes a lot of time and a lot of twisting the fabric and all this stuff to do this. So here are the bears. The end is kind of scrunched. So from a distance, you don't really see much, but when you look up close, you can tell the bears and a little stitching. And I don't know, I like it. I like that it's subtle, but I like that it's still there. And especially if you look closely, I'll have to iron once I'm done with all of them. Okay, so for the pleats, I'm going to measure how many pleats I want and then mark every, like, I think I will do about 6 inches and do 2-inch pleats. And so every 6 inches, fold the pleat, pin it down, and then I'm going to sew it down a certain amount, like length of the dress or skirt. Okay, so I finished the skirt by adding a zipper, an invisible zipper, and then putting 2 darts into the back. I really like it. I'll wait until everything's done to show it. So I think for the top, what I'm just gonna do is make like a bandeau, but not connect the back. So like make the bandeau, connect it to the shirt, and then make 2 ties that I will attach to the top so it can tie closed. And then to the ties, I wanted to make feathers out of fabric because that was one theme or thing that I saw with one of the designers is I think he incorporated feathers, like I don't think they're real feathers, but feathers into it. So I really like the idea of that. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I'm making the straps. I didn't film me any of the top. I'm making the straps, so you should probably pin this if you're gonna make straps like this, but fold both sides in half and then sandwich them together to get a strap. Yeah. Okay, so for the feathers, I cut 2 feather-like shapes, and I think this works best with denim, but I'm gonna sew a zigzag stitch down the middle and then just cut until that piece. And I think with denim, what you do is sew like a string down the middle and then cut and fray it. So yeah. Thanks for watching. I really hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. I want to give a huge shout out to my mom because she was visiting at the time when I was making this dress, and she helped me sew on a lot of the appliques, a lot, and so I really appreciate it. So I just want to give a big shout out to her. I really like this dress. I really like how it turned out, and if I had gotten invited to the Met, I definitely would have worn it. Since the Met has passed, I will say one of my favorite looks was Nikki Tutorials and her tribute to Marsha P. Johnson. I thought that was amazing. I definitely thought the Met was lacking, and I hope in May that we see more references from iconic American fashion moments, and also seeing more Indigenous designers, because I know that there was one person, but I don't think many other people did work with any Indigenous designers, which is a little upsetting. But in the description of this video, I'm going to link some Indigenous activists below, so you can just find some people, learn more about causes that are very important, and find more ways to get involved. Bye, guys.